The Phoenix, Arizona area is getting very expensive, and first-time home buyers are having a harder time than ever. More harder, I don't think is a proper grammar, but we're going to go with it. Finding a property that doesn't, break the bank, so to speak. So in this video, I want to talk about an affordable area that goes unnoticed by a lot of not only locals but people looking from out of state, and it fits a lot of criteria. So you guys already probably know by the title of this video, it's essentially the Peoria / Northern Glendale area, and I'm going to talk to you about why sorry it is also the Northern Glendale area. It shouldn't just be Peoria. So I want to start off with talking about some pros and cons, if you will, before we get into the actual data and analytics of it. So I'm not going to go walk around like a dummy in this freaking 125-degree weather. And if you think I'm kidding about that freaking weather, look, Google it. It's really crazy. All you're going to see is a big chunky guy sweating through his shirts, and I don't think you want to see that. So we're going to look at the data, look at the numbers, look at the comps, sold comps, everything like that. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about the pros and cons. Some pros and cons of this Peoria, Northern Glendale area. The first pro is if you don't like HOA, you're going to love this area. The majority of these houses in this specific area do not have an HOA. Now, I'm talking specifically about the ones that are more affordable. Yes, this area does go pretty high, and that's probably the second pro, is there is a lot of growth in that area. There's houses as expensive as almost $1 million, and there's also houses as low as 300. There's definitely a huge range, but unfortunately, the ones that are more expensive do tend to have HOAs, and the ones that are a little more affordable do not. So, two pros there for you. Con is you are technically in the city. It's a little bit more northern part of the city, but you are technically in the city, so not in the suburbs or anything like that. So you can take that as you will. The second con is within these inner cities, you do have a lot of effect where one area is very decent and you'll drive a little bit a certain way, and then it starts getting a little more rougher. So you're gonna have to keep that in mind. So I do highly advise you, if you are looking from out of state or something, have your realtor or someone really make sure to drive around the neighborhood as well for you, or have you come down here and actually look at the area. Or if you are a local buying in this area, just making sure you know what you're getting into. I personally love the strategy of talking to the neighbors. People are a little scared to do that, but it's a great tactic. And probably the third and final pro that I can think of is the location of it, because a lot of people, work out in the East Valley, Scottsdale, Northern, that area. And the thing is, Scottsdale, you're going to have to probably buy a house closer to like 600, 800K around there. You can buy a house in this area and still be about 30 to 45 minute drive from there. It's basically a straight shot straight to the Northern Scottsdale area. So that's pretty sweet. Anyways, it's enough of me babbling. Let's look at some freaking houses, shall we? Whoops. All right, so here is the MLS. Essentially, why do you call it Northern Glendale, Peoria, Javier? Well, here's the thing, right? Peoria itself, if I go to Google real quick, go Peoria, you can see that within the red area here, that's Peoria. So it's this little chunk here, and it goes all the way up here. So for the sake of this video, we're looking at more affordable housing. We're specifically focusing on this area. But here's the thing. This here is Glendale. So if you're, say, let's see, here you're going to go to AutoZone, right? And then you drive over to Wendy's to get lunch. You just cross the city. This is Glendale, this is Peoria. So the reason why I connect them together is because, it's basically the same range, same area here, right? So we're going to be focusing specifically north of the Cactus Road area here. But that's what I mean about the Northern Glendale, Peoria area. So let's first give a good idea of what's for sale in this area. So I'm going to do a map search, get this little specific area. I keep saying little, I'm sorry. Sun City, I'm not trying to focus on. That is a retirement community, so we're focusing just in the specific criteria. We're focusing on single family properties. Let's just say 3-bedroom, 2-bath for now. So we can just get a good general range of what is for sale. So we have 250 houses for sale, and the range is between 235 all the way to, but it'd be nice if they all just loaded, huh? 2.5 million. Hey, look at that. So plenty of range from there. So for the purpose of this video, if you're expecting to come down to Phoenix and spending like $200,000 for a house, good luck. It's not happening. Most houses that are now first-time home buyer friendly are like I would say 350, right? So you could get something under like barely under 200. If it's, but it might need some work. You might be in the low 300s. So for the sake of this video, we are going to focus under, we'll do two of them. Okay. We'll do under 300, under 400. Okay. For our 400 plus daddies, good job for you guys. You're doing great. Reach out to me. We'll do a personalized version of it. But for now, we're looking at affordability. So for everything under 300,000, there's currently 10 houses for sale. Not too much. And you're going to notice here that they're more primarily in the southern parts here. And they range between 235 all the way to 299. We're going to look at, notice that these are definitely the older properties. These are built in 1978, built in 1961. And if we look at the photos, they're maybe high 200s, going to be a little more, not necessarily remodeled, but a little more taken care of. Like kind of like this. I think we're not going to get into those remodeled properties until the 300s, but if we look at what's under contract and pending under 300,000, we get a good idea of what's being sold. There's actually 45 for sale. So if you're curious what under contract and pending means, essentially it means they've accepted an offer and they're currently in the process of closing on it. So still available? No. But is it closed yet? No. So it's like when somebody's engaged but not married or single. It's still up there. And in the past 30 days, there have been 61 closings that have happened under 300,000. So to get a good idea of what's actually selling in this area, I'm going to look at the closed listings and look at the most, start at the top to kind of see how high they go. The highest that one has gone for in the last 30 days is up to 340. It was listed at 299, sold for 340 to a conventional offer. Here's another one at 335, listed 299, sold 335 cash. So 40,000 and above is what we're looking at. So about a little bit over 10%. Yes, it looks like the top three do have two of them that have been cash. But to get a good idea of what the percentage is, if there's 61 closings over the last 30 days that are under 300,000, there have been 19 that have sold conventional, 21 that have sold cash, and 10 of them that have sold FHA, and everything else is sold to other loans and whatnot. So, you can look at the cash number and get depressed, or you can simply say, you know what, they're out there. But the good thing is there are still some percentage going towards loan, FHA or conventional of that sorts. So why I like this area a lot is if I really focus this down and go under 400,000, let's go back to active properties. It really opens up your options of what's possible here, because say you want a newer property that's, maybe you like a house with some character, right? You don't want to just buy something that doesn't have, that has an HOA and that looks like every other house on the block. Well, you have that option, but at the same time, you also have the option to look at properties that do have HOA, and maybe they're built in the 80s or 90s, so they're not too bad. They don't look exactly like clones of each other. So if I show you what's currently for sale, we start at the very bottom, we can start getting a good idea of what's out there. Now, once again, these are not all perfect houses, but once again, you got a mix of HOA houses. There's another HOA one. There's a resale. It's a used home that has been remodeled. House built in the 80s, 82, 83, let me guess. 91, I'm terrible. Okay. Another house in the 90s, 80s, newer, older home here that's been maintained really well. Looks not remodeled, but looks like well taken care of, etc. So you get a lot of options for those folks who are under $350 or under $400,000, because their options, if I really spread you out here, it sounds terrible, sorry. And I show you properties in the, say you're looking under 350. You want a house with 1,500 square feet plus, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and you don't want HOA. It basically removes all of these newer developments like Goodyear, Avondale, Litchfield Park, parts of Gilbert, Chandler, Mesa. And the only areas you have here is the central Phoenix area that has houses in the 70s and 80s, and the Northern Glendale, Peoria area I was telling you about. Now, everybody right now is fighting over these houses, which if I go to HOAS, right, you're going to notice all these houses start popping up basically around this little belt here. If I draw a little boot here and I show you what's for sale, these are the ones that everybody's fighting for right now. So these are the ones you're going to have the hardest time getting, like Goodyear, Avondale, Litchfield Park, Levine. If I show you what's actually sold over the last 30 days, remember I put list price of $350. There's been 133 sales, and they've gone, oh wow. And they've gone as high as 400,000. right? So 400,000, 387, 385. Now remember, when we looked at Peoria, even as low as 300, they only went up about 40,000 more, and there was only like a few of them. Here, like the majority of them are definitely going 20, 30, 40, 50 or above. Great houses, yes, but once again, if you don't want to spend $45,000 more on top of the price, then this is not the areas to focus on. So if you were a home buyer right now, looking to be around 350, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet, let's just go 1,400. If I show you a map of Phoenix, this is what you would be able to qualify for. And if I remove the ones with the HOA, essentially you're only left with this little circle here. So I think the Northern Glendale and Peoria area is a great variety of older and newer homes that are in very, very solid areas that provides pretty good distance to everything from here. So literally here in the Peoria, the 101 freeway is rarely packed. Like the 17 is terrible. I hate driving the 17. The 10 can get clogged during work hours and, work with end of work shifts and beginning of work shifts. But the 101 tends to be pretty clear. And if you want a straight shot access to Scottsdale, literally, boom, you're there. Say you have to go to Chandler. Boom, boom, you're here. 35 miles. Yeah, it seems far, but it's all freeway. Say you want to go visit your parents or something and they're on the Avondale. Take the 101 down. You're not necessarily in the middle of Phoenix, but you're still far away from everybody where you have some peace and solidarity. But you have access to a great freeway that's going to lead you essentially across the town. So right now, if you're looking for under 350 and I focus you in the Peoria and Northern Glendale area, here's the type of houses you have options of seeing. You're going to have your houses built in the 90s and 2000s that look like the HOA style houses. Most of them are going to be in pretty decent shape. And we were able to find this under 350 as well. You're going to find older properties that are built in the 70s and 80s like this one, that if they're selling for 350 is because they have bigger lots, they've been well maintained, or they've been remodeled like this one. So this one doesn't have the best kitchen and cabinets, but the layout is fantastic. It's an open layout. It has the windows that I think already been upgraded dual pane. Barnyard doors. Everyone loves barnyard doors nowadays. That's crazy, huh? But what people love about these older houses is the open lots. Like, look at this big old yard. And like the lot square foot on this one is like 8,000, almost 7,597. And if you really want to try to find something that needs a little more fixing upping, you look in the low 300s. Like here's this one for 320, right? 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Built in 1959, has almost a quarter acre. It's been on the market for 31 days. Okay, so this might be an opportunity for you. Now, it is in the Glendale/Phoenix area here, so you want to make sure to drive around and see if you like the area. But there's a house that's been for 30 days on the market, That's an opportunity. Here's another one with the pool. The thing about this area is it used to be really popping, but like they closed Metro Center down like a few years ago, I think a year ago. So it's become kind of a dead zone. I think there is going to be kind of a renaissance here once they figure out what to do with that big old space. But a lot of great restaurants there, and definitely some potential, not financial advice, but some potential, if you know what I mean. But man, look at this one. Okay, nice little house for your first time home buyer, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet, and it's located up Union Hills here, right off the freeway. Very well, good layout, has a pool in the back, and it's for $335. Are you kidding me? Where are you going to find a house for $335 nowadays in Phoenix? It's insane. So yeah, if you're looking for your first home and you're trying not to break the bank, you're trying to be in the 300s, maybe low 400s, I would definitely suggest you start with the Northern Peoria, Phoenix area. Start by driving around there. So maybe I'm full of crap. So go drive around, get a feel for the neighborhood. You're going to start saying, oh, maybe this guy has a point. And I really think it's a good option for you guys to start looking at, because if that doesn't work, then you're going to have to be looking at these essentially homes that are like HOA style homes built in the 2000s in suburban areas. Nothing wrong with that. That's where I used to live from the house before this one. But I mean, I love some house with some character. I love a brick wall. I'm a sucker for a brick house. You know what I mean? So maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Either way, you know what to do. If you guys like the channel, make sure to subscribe, download the app if you're looking to start looking for houses in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Or if you want to ready to start looking at some houses, reach out to me. Information is in the description below. Right? Thank you guys. Ciao.